there, Craze here, and before we get to the topic of today's video, I just want to thank you guys so much because the last video has gone so much better than I thought it would. Like, you guys are just being so nice, and I've gotten some good feedback, and I'm just really happy about that. Also, if you notice some differences in my audio, I'm using a different microphone. Technically, it's just on like some over-the-head headphones, but hopefully it'll be better than like the low-quality mic I was using before. And it should also hopefully help with the peaking problem and just in general better balanced audio. Anyways, since last video I did a type of redesign that was pretty popular, I figured I'd kind of do that again. Now, like last video, I made these designs quite a while ago, not as long ago as the Has-Been Hotel ones, and I didn't actually have to go back and add anything else this time, yay! I'm also, like, more confident about these designs because, at least as far as I know, the My Little Pony fandom isn't as bad as it was when I was younger. Oh, Jesus, 2015, you gotta love it. Oh yeah, I should probably say the thing. I'm doing My Little Pony redesigns. Now, like my Lunatics Unleashed videos, this one is also gonna be in 2 parts, just because I'm doing 6 characters this time. And there's like probably more to describe. Also, these ones are less like story changey, and they're more just for fun and really just me doing whatever. With that being said, because I realize how much I say anyways, today we're doing Twilight, Fluttershy, and Rarity. Now, something with me, I don't usually draw animals, especially not horses. Now, I know I said I drew these a while back, but like, this was a major thing for me because I really just couldn't figure out how to fit animals in my art style for the longest time. I think part of it was, like, I had this friend in, like, I want to say 5th grade who was in the Warrior Cats fandom, and I got, like, really insecure about not being able to draw cats. I realize now that's, like, probably kind of ridiculous. I'm insecure about a Warrior Cats fan being better at drawing animals than me? Whoa! Anyways, yeah, this is a little different for me, but I am really proud about how these turned out. And also, it's just kind of nice to do some redesigns without having to take into account, like, possible story aspects or stuff like that, because, let me tell you, it can be hard to represent certain things sometimes, and then sometimes when I talk about them in the video, I just feel like, oh no, am I talking too much? I don't know why. It's a video, it's my video, but still. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, it's nice to work on something simple, not something, like, totally complex where I have to completely work from the ground up and think, oh no, how am I gonna work with this story? If you couldn't tell from last video with me stressing out over Vaggie and Alistair and those redesigns, yeah, it can be hard sometimes to figure stuff out. Anyways, enough getting off topic because I like to do that so much. Let's get to the redesigns. Let's start off with our main character, Twilight Sparkle. It only makes sense. So, it was pretty easy to come up with ideas for her. She's a bookworm, she's smart, she's the leader, she's purple. And really in general, it kind of feels like samey but different-y in my design. So, I put her hair up in a bun and I gave her glasses because it was kind of cute, right? But I realize now she kind of just looks more like Moon Dancer, and I don't know how to feel about that. It's still fine, but yeah. What I really wanted to do here was highlight some alicorn traits and also just figure out a few, in general, traits I would give to the different types of ponies. So, as a unicorn, she has a unique tail. You'll probably see this in a bunch of My Little Pony redesigns, actually. But with the way I shaped it, not gonna lie, it looks a bit like a broom, but I felt like it just worked with her kind of square-like hair type. I also gave her different gold bands in certain places because gold is a bit of a complementary color to purple, if I'm correct, and also it would just be part of the signifier of alicorns. Also, her wings are different from actual Pegasus wings, so since she was born a unicorn and she was given the wings, she wouldn't have proper Pegasus wings. Also, her colors are kind of muted, but I feel like that kind of works for her. I feel like she would stay inside and that the ponies would have, like, brighter colors if they spend more time outside, if you catch my drift. Also, the unicorns have fluff inside of their ears. I just felt like it worked with them also having a unique tail. I'll probably just put something up on the screen showing the differences between all the aspects that a pony can gain when they become an alicorn. Basically, each pony has a different type of coat and different features and different, like, obvious looks to them, and sometimes those features can get exaggerated or changed when they become an alicorn. I don't know why I had to develop a complicated system for that, but yeah, yippee! Anyways, here is Twilight. I like her design a lot, and now we're gonna move on to Rarity, the fashionista. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Rarity was one of my favorites when I was younger. Probably, like, my most favorite, actually. Honestly, if there's a character type that I'm a sucker for, it's pretty characters. Gorgeous characters. So I knew I had to just make this as extra as possible for her. So rather than, like, most of the ponies where they're not really wearing anything, I gave her jewelry, I gave her, like, this saddle because I just thought it would be kind of funny if saddles were a fashion statement of some sort. And I also gave her shoes, although it's kind of hard to tell, they kind of just look like hooves. But other than that, I kept her mostly the same, again, because I already adored her so much. Also here you can kind of see those unicorn-specific traits I was talking about a bit more. Also, Rarity would be the type to keep herself very neat, and I feel like she would kind of contribute to that stereotype of elegant and gorgeous unicorns that you see in fairy tales. I also changed her cutie mark. I just kind of threw a sewing needle in there just to make it clear that she is all about fashion. And with all of that, put your hands together for Rarity. God, I love this design so much. Let's move on to Fluttershy. Now, okay, hold on before you say it. Fluttershy is not the only character I changed the species for. If you don't know what Fluttershy is supposed to be, she's supposed to be a Kirin. Now, the reasoning for this is because in the show, the Kirin basically made this vow of silence, and there's a whole episode about it. So I figured Fluttershy could be one of those Kirin, and she could figure out how to use her voice and stand up for herself, basically, like it's kind of a literal and metaphorical thing, and then she could teach her fellow Kirin to do the same. Also, I just feel like Fluttershy works with the archetypes of a Kirin, which is that it's a very gentle creature. Like, I found descriptions that quite literally said that the Kirin never eats the flesh of another animal, not even insects, never harms anybody, and even when a Kirin walks, it doesn't trample any of the grass. I think that's just perfectly fitting for Fluttershy. And also, just so she would look more like the other Kirin in the show, her mane wraps around her neck, and it kind of looks like a lion's mane, sort of, but cute. And now we're getting to the part where I wanted to add more details, so I just drew a bunch of flowers in her mane, Once again, I just thought it was really cute, and also it calls back to her original yellow coat. Like, I don't know, I just felt like it needed some yellow. I felt like I was taking away, like, candy from a baby. And now I'm kind of wishing I drew her with Angel, her pet bunny, or, like, maybe some butterflies surrounding her. I don't know, I just really wish I added an animal here. I feel like I missed another opportunity. Anyways, here's Fluttershy. She's looking absolutely adorable, and I'm afraid we're at the end of the video, so let's get to the outro. Thank you so much for watching the video. I am really happy with these designs once again, and it's honestly just nice to do something simple like this where I can make design choices more based on archetypes than based on, oh no, am I gonna be attacked by a horrendous fan base? And also, like, I'm more confident in sharing designs like this now because so many people have been so nice in the last video. I know I said that already, but it's just, like, really encouraging to see people who like the designs and who want to see more things like that, and it just makes me happy. I just am really glad people can find enjoyment in these designs, even if I change a lot of things. I'm just overjoyed to have such nice people in the community. I also feel like My Little Pony is just one of those things where you're allowed to have fun with it, especially now since we've kind of, I hope, moved past the whole brony thing. Jesus, those years were special, alright. Anyways, part 2 really shouldn't take too long. I'm pretty sure I already said this, but I made all of this artwork previously, and I'm honestly mostly just doing talking and a bit of editing here. That particular video is going to be covering Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, and Applejack. I almost said Apple Dash. What the hell is wrong with me? Anyways, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. This has been Craze, and see ya in hell.